Y'all ready? I'm ready. I'm not fighting it this year. I'm bringing out the pumpkins. I love it. Although it may be 100 degrees outside, honey, it's fall inside. You can have the best of both worlds. Here's your permission to do that. Today I'm gonna bring y'all along. We're gonna decorate my living room for fall, pumpkins and everything, cause why not? And then also at the end of this video, I'm gonna share the most perfect crockpot recipe. You're gonna need this one going back to school, those busy nights, something everybody will love, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But first, let's get decorating in here. Alright, so to my mantle, I'm just gonna start with this little greenery piece. So I have a few white pumpkins in all different sizes, and I'm just gonna start with the biggest one right in the center. And just kind of place them just wherever I want to. And then I have some smaller ones, some ones with some different texture that I might just kind of pile on top of there and throw them on the floor. I don't want it to look too perfect. I want it to look pretty, but kind of messy, but kind of, you know, not too perfect. Next, to kind of tone down that green even a little bit more, I just have a few picks. I got these last year from Hobby Lobby. I have a few of these little white berry ones, and then just a few of these, and then a few of these. They just look like dried hops. So I'm just gonna place those kind of in between the pumpkins and a little bit on the sides, just to kind of break up that greenery a little bit. Oh, and this little wheat stem, I think that came from Dollar Tree last year. I would like to get some more florals, but I just haven't had time. I haven't hardly bought anything this year. I'll show y'all what I did buy. Really quick, before we move on to more decorating, I want to give a big thank you to Zulily for sponsoring this portion of today's video. You guys know how much I love Zulily. I've talked about them multiple times before, and some of my most favorite purchases ever have came off of Zulily. You can find some really affordable things on there, unique items. Their customer service is amazing. They have quick shipping times. Y'all need to check out Zulily if you haven't before. Especially right now, they have a whole entire back to school shop, everything you will need for your kids for back to school. And I'm obsessed with this Walker Edison brand of furniture they have on here. Y'all are just going to die when I show y'all the nightstands I scored on Zulily. It is seriously, I cannot even get over it. Darren got them all put together, and he said the quality and how everything came packaged and laid out to put together was amazing. Look at that price, y'all. Look at that price for this nightstand. They call it a file cabinet. You can use it as either or. I'm using it as a nightstand / dresser. I'm going to show y'all how it looks put together in our room. But they also have an oak color and then a, what is this, gray wash color as well. All right, y'all. Here is that nightstand I was showing y'all and telling you about. I just like quickly styled it because we're about to redo this room. But how gorgeous is this? I seriously cannot get over the price of this thing, and I know it's kind of hard to tell, but it is huge. So when we redo this room, I want to go for that kind of designer look, and a lot of designers are using like a big dresser on either side of the bed instead of tiny little nightstands, and so this is going to be so perfect. Look at the color, that white wood, oh my gosh. And it has these little black accents to tie in with our kind of rustic, almost industrial style dresser. Let me show y'all the inside. They are absolutely huge and spacious in here. Like it said, you can use it for a file cabinet, but of course we're just using ours for a dresser. This will be perfect. We can add more clothes in here, give us a lot more storage with one of these on either side. Also, you could even store like your linens in here, extra blankets, things like that. Both drawers are super deep. Y'all, seriously, for $39. This is amazing. It has the little detail on the front. It's not just completely flat. Super good quality. I cannot get over it. And like I said, I just kind of quickly styled this little corner over here just to get an idea. But oh my goodness, is this gonna be so gorgeous or what? I cannot wait to redo this room now. this is the perfect inspiration piece. We also grabbed a new nightstand for my daughter as well. Another thing I was super excited to find in Zulily's back to school shop, I picked up both kids a Hydroflask water bottle for school, and I noticed they were actually cheaper on Zulily than in the store, so that was just a little plus. These have the little sip spouts on top that you can just twist and close. You don't even have to worry about opening anything on the top. And then these Bentgo boxes, they're actually salad containers. Both my kids love to take salads for lunches, and these are just awesome. They're a good size. This little top portion comes off. Let me show y'all one-handed. And then inside you have this little tray. The middle part is for, you know, your dressing, and then you can do all your different salad toppings. And then of course the bottom, you can have your lettuce in there, so it's all ready to go. Keeps everything nice and clean. And then the lid even has a reusable fork, so you don't have to worry about, you know, throwing away silverware or buying plastic forks all the time. Dishwasher safe. Seriously, I love the Bentgo brand, and Zulily has so much of this. And then like I said, those Hydro Flask, they're going to be all set for school lunch. But I'm going to have everything linked down below, so go down there, click those links. This will take you to Zulily, and you can check out those nightstands as well as all of their other amazing shops. They have a Christmas shop. You can go ahead and get a head start on that, but it is amazing. Just look at all of these cool finds on there. I could spend hours on Zulily. But now let's get back to decorating. Alright, so for the bottom of my fireplace, I have done this before at my old house and I loved it, so I wanted to recreate it. I just have this large basket here, and inside this is just like a tall cake stand, just to kind of give me that height up here to kind of lift up what I want to sit in there. I'm also using a random little crate for a little bit more height, and then I have a green wreath. I'm just going to lay that right over top, so now you can't even see what I have all down in there. And then next I have this little kind of twiggy wreath. I'm just going to lay that on here as well, just to kind of add in those fall colors. I have this large lighted pumpkin. They still sell these at Hobby Lobby. This is one of my favorite things, and I'm just going to sit that right on top of the basket and the wreaths. So that's what it looks like all together, and I just think that's such a pretty piece, and it's pretty big too. So I love having just larger pieces sitting down here as opposed to like a bunch of small things. So let's just place it over here on the side, and then beside it over here I have this little stool. I think I've showed y'all this before. It also came from Hobby Lobby. It's a little plant stand, so I'm just going to kind of nestle it over here. And then last year I picked up a smaller version of that pumpkin since I love these so much, and I'm just going to place it on that plant stand beside it. And I will show y'all the finished look here in just a second. Let's bring y'all over this way. And then over here on this side of the hearth, I just have this large lantern, and I just placed a little riser in there with a candle. That's what it looks like. I do have two of these, and I was playing around with it a little bit, and I had both of them over here, but I just felt like it was a little bit too crowded for my taste. So I'm just gonna leave that there. And I have my pumpkins. Let me show y'all the whole fireplace together. So here's what it looks like. The lighting is kind of weird because of the windows on the sides. I may, if I do get some more florals, add to this a little bit. And I played around with the two sides. I don't think I want anything there. I think it just looks, I like it with just the pumpkins there on the mantle. And of course on the bottom we have the little lighted pumpkins and the lantern. And I think it's just simple but festive and cozy and cute. Also, really quick, if you hear any banking and clanging and hammering, I don't know if I've told y'all this on YouTube yet. I know I've shared it over on Instagram. We're actually getting a pool installed. So yes, it is full on summer outside in our backyard and full on fall inside. And guess what? I love it. So in a little bit, I might take y'all out there and just kind of show y'all the progress and everything we have going on. I'm so excited. I'm seriously, I can't even contain my excitement. So one thing that I did already change in here, a couple of y'all actually recommended this, and y'all are so right. I'm glad I did this. Over here in this little corner, we're gonna decorate in a second. I had a small lamp and then this tall floor lamp And again, it just looked too crowded, too many lamps in one small space. So Darren and I moved it over here, and I love how it looks. It just lights up that area. But now I just have this little magnolia wreath. I think it came from Target. I think I got it on clearance a couple years ago. But again, I love how it's just green. I think these are pecans. Is that weird that there's pecans on a magnolia wreath? Or maybe they're acorns? I don't know. I don't know what they are, but something on here. But anyway, I just like the color of it. It looks like late summer, early fall. So instead of my regular bright green wreath, we're just gonna switch that out. So now let me show you the couple things that I did buy this year. I may or may not add more, but also while I'm talking about it, another reason why I'm decorating so early is because I will be starting my Halloween decor, or at least adding it to this, probably this time next month. And so that'll be 5 or 6 weeks to enjoy my Halloween decor. So I really like to enjoy just the neutral, cozy fall decor for at least a month. You know, I really want to be able to enjoy it because really the day after Halloween is Christmas here. So I like to be able to enjoy my fall and then my Halloween and then my Christmas for as long as possible. I know I'm super early for a lot of y'all, but just do what you want, you know, just do whatever you want, do whatever makes you happy. But anyway, I did pick up a couple things from Hobby Lobby. One is just this little riser. It was $9.99 and it was in the fall, so it's 40% off. I like that texture. I like the little black feet on there. And then to go along with that, I got this small little wreath or candle ring, however you want to look at it, but I got it to kind of use as a candle ring. I'm going to show y'all that here in just a second, but I thought it looked super cute on here, and this was only $12.99. So super cute for fall, also super cheap, which is good. And then the only other thing I purchased so far this year, well, at least from Hobby Lobby, is this candle. Y'all probably heard Jessica O'Donoghue talking about it. And y'all, it really does smell so good. I actually bought 2 of these, and it reminds me a lot of that Walmart pumpkin waffle candle that I know a lot of us buy. I love it, and I want to run out and see if they have it yet, because if they do, I'm grabbing like 2 or 3, because I didn't last year and I missed out. But anyway, that's what it reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of like pumpkin, kind of cream. It's definitely a bakery type scent, but I love it. How much was this? It was $19.99, 40% off, so about $12. And yes, came from Hobby Lobby. It's the 3-wick candle. It's pretty big, as you can see. I grabbed it, 2 of them. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have a lid that you can just put on top to put your candle out. That's what I really prefer, but it smells really good. It has an amazing throw. It will smell your whole house up. So yeah, I just picked that up from Hobby Lobby. So I just have this over on my little TV stand over here, and I'm gonna keep it pretty clean this year. Last year I had like a garland here, but just to switch things up a little bit. So as you can see, I just placed that little wreath on there, and then this is from something else, from a candle I had, but you can buy these. Y'all, I need to clean it. But you can buy these at Hobby Lobby as well, like in their glass and jars. And I'm just gonna stick that in the middle of my little wreath there. And one thing I love about doing this is you can actually put a real candle inside, and it kind of, at least in my opinion, makes it a little bit safer if you're gonna have a candle in the middle of all this kind of dried floral arrangement. But I'm just gonna go ahead and use a faux flameless candle. These came off Amazon. I've told y'all this. I'll try to link them if I remember, but I seriously have a million of these things. I'm just gonna place that inside there. And there we go. That is so cute, so simple, and I only had to buy those 2 little things, and I did something totally different than I've done before. I'm gonna show y'all this close up, but this is another one of my most favorite things to pull out. Thank you to my girl Stephanie for sending this to me last year. She is a Scentsy consultant, and I seriously am in love with it. But I just placed it inside of another one of my little wreaths. It actually is a smaller version of the one on the mantle. And I have the almond croissant scent in there. It smells so good. Matter of fact, it smells a lot like that candle. So they work perfectly together. So over on this chair, I just placed a little white throw to add some texture and kind of break up that navy. I would like to get a new chair to go here. I think I've told y'all that. But for now, that's what I have. So let's just place a couple pillows. This one says Hello Pumpkin. I like because it's neutral and it came from Target a couple years ago. So that is pretty much that corner. So on our coffee table for our centerpiece, I'm gonna show y'all that really quick. I just put this little vase over here. I used it last year with these dried florals. They're just kind of brown and kind of whimsical and fall. I love those. And then down below, this little white pumpkin I got last year from TJ Maxx. I just placed it on this little, again, kind of that burnt, kind of late summer green wreath. And then this was on our porch, so I put it inside. And I actually really love how this real candle, instead of so many faux candles this year, I just put a real one in there. I'm not sure if I'll actually burn it or not, but that is my centerpiece. Just very simple, and I think it goes really well with the mantle and the fireplace in the back. Just not too much. Lots of pumpkins, lots of those fall colors, but at the same time just very neutral and cozy. Here's kind of a look at this whole little side. But yeah, here is kind of an overview. It's simple, but I love it, especially at night. It's so cozy.
Now for the most perfect fall recipe, Fiesta Chicken.
All right, so to my slow cooker, I'm just gonna bring over, I actually have about 3 large chicken breasts. You can use 3 or 4, just depending on the size, but these are pretty big, so we're just going with 3. And this recipe should make about 6 servings. If you don't know, there's 4 people in our family, so we should have leftovers with this. Next, on top of the chicken, we're gonna add 1 packet of ranch seasoning mix. Next, we're adding 1 can of black beans, drained and rinsed. We're also gonna add 1 can of drained whole kernel corn. And then also 1 can of drained rotel. I really like to use the mild rotel because the original is a little spicy, especially for kids. I'm just gonna kind of spread those rotel tomatoes and peppers out a little bit. Next, we're just gonna add 1 teaspoon of black pepper, a ½ cup of chicken broth. So you can do the juice from 1 lime. I just had some lime juice in my fridge, so that's what I'm using. Probably about 2 tablespoons. And lastly, we're just gonna pop this whole brick of cream cheese right on top of everything. All right, I'm gonna pop the lid on this, and I'm gonna cook mine on high about 3 to 4 hours. You can also do it on low, 5 to 6. That cream cheese is gonna melt while everything is starting to cook, and then we're gonna shred it up, and I'll show you how it looks at the end. It's gonna be so good, so creamy and cheesy. The perfect fall back to school meal. All right, we've been cooking on high about 6 hours. So now you can see that cream cheese is nice and melty in there. I just have my little mixing chop, and I'm just gonna stick it right down in there and shred up my chicken and mix everything together with 1 tool. That chicken is nice and tender, so it's just gonna shred right up. All right, you can see I got the chicken all shredded up in there. It already looks really, really good, but I'm gonna turn mine down to warm, and all I have left to do is make some rice to go along with this. All right, I just made a little bit of rice on the side. It's been just a couple minutes, and you can see how creamy it is and how smooth. That cream cheese has really gotten melted in there. So we're just gonna plate it up right on top of that rice. You could add more toppings if you wanted to. We're gonna add just a little sprinkle of cheese on the top. And that's it, quick and easy. All right, my friends, thank y'all so much for decorating along with me today. I hope it gave you a little bit of inspiration for your fall decorating. Also, make sure you try that crockpot recipe. And speaking of those, last week I posted a video of my 5 favorite crockpot recipes. So with going back to school, I know if you're making out your meal plan, definitely check out that video. I'm gonna link it here and down below. You cannot go wrong with any one of those recipes in there. But I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. I know I did, and I'll see y'all real soon in the next one. Bye, y'all.